Rush County News.
Yes, were you in?
No, that was Rose.
Oh, okay, okay,
No, I was in Solomon.
okay.
Is it safe to sit over here? I don't know.
It's kind of to
Well,
the
you get
left.
two
Get
checks.
everybody wound
I
up.
got a library check.
I'm gonna
Oh, that's
leave.
right.
I have to leave, so.
Who's Jenny?
So, I mean, I'm gonna leave.
Who's
I
Shane?
don't know how to respond.
Who's Daniel?
I just
that's
I
Shane.
said that,
Oh,
oh,
that's
she's
Shane.
Sometimes, yeah.
I know, I didn't know his name either, or his correct name, or full
They
given
just go
name.
in
I don't know how to
and-
say that one.
I say thanks, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, just hanging out in the background.
But see, I think Daniel,
Never give me a
I
problem.
like the name Daniel. So
So it's during the
that I wouldn't
time,
think was a bad
the new
one.
habitudes. So the freshman
What's Amber?
kids, the freshman class,
that
goes
is
to
for the,
freshman sponsors.
Insurance for the cemetery ground.
Oh, no, sorry. So then in the
Or
sophomore
it's for the
class,
workman's
we'll go
comp
to
insurance. I don't know, it's one or the
sponsors.
other. I know, I've got two of them in there.
Yeah,
Pro Ag is for the
Yeah.
farm ground.
Yeah.
okay. Can you send some of these?
But what are they using for ISS?
I guess there's an officer,
Well, that's fine.
an officer spare room somewhere in the ag building, a bathroom or
I
something.
had to buy stamps the other day. I got 3 rolls of stamps, it was $191.
Oh, how much?
$191.
Oh,
God.
and those, you can almost take it to a place that,
Kids. I think we should see the service camp in there.
yeah, it was last year too.
And we have to actually have Mr. Stevens.
Amanda will be late, she had
Yeah,
to,
She told me.
yeah, she texted me to,
Cans.
tell me she had to pick
Just keep the conference
Egypt
reports.
from
There's
football.
the guidance and counselors room, there's the math room, and then there's Mr. Courtney's, and then the big shop, and then the big welding, and,
Yeah, I guess there's some,
Those are bad ones.
I don't know.
well, what it could be, would be the cooking room.
I wish I wouldn't have got the leaking
Well, there's
envelopes,
kind of a
but
funny
Or
room.
there's a room there that has a refrigerator,
Lincoln?
What's your, I mean, I don't know.
there's no window.
Oh, Shane, your eye. You guys- you guys didn't hear about that, did you?
No.
Shane took a rock to the eye on Noe Saturday.
They won't want to be in there.
No.
Oh, that doesn't look
Yeah.
good.
I don't want to.
Are you sure it was a rock, or are you sure it was Nicole's fist? Come on.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. We
I
went to
know
the
better.
emergency,
I'm my mouth shut.
we went to the emergency room and everything's fine, you think?
Hello?
Broke some
It
blood
just looks
vessels.
Okay,
bad.
thank you.
I didn't think it was that bad. I first week eating, went home.
Big red on that.
Yeah, it was,
Got a little scratchy.
yeah, it
I
was
tried to
that
get it back in and.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to go
Like,
get
no,
it
there's
checked out
great
anyway.
stuff out here.
You only get 2 eyes.
right. He's got perfect vision.
On our place, the screen is, you can read.
Nikki, is there
an agenda?
It's at the front, like, right when you walk in, right on that table.
Yeah, no.
Okay, it's 6:31, August 14th, Monday. We'll call the meeting to order.
Norman McNair, Commissioner.
And Joseph Titman, Commissioner.
Nicole Faribaugh, City Clerk.
Oh, thank you.
Daniel Fernbaugh.
Whatever.
Daniel?
All right, we got the call to order and the roll call taken care of. Next we'll do public comment. First on the list
It's up there.
is, I don't know.
There's nobody.
Well,
Nobody, no public comment?
who
You're
wants,
gonna be done in no time tonight.
anybody want
But I can
public?
comment.
Go
Happy
ahead.
Monday.
I just say thank you for, really volunteering or talking, so go. I'll be your cheerleader, so
All right.
anyway, thank you. I sometimes think we don't say thank you enough to you. So,
All right.
oh, yeah, and put money in the mailbox.
They'll clear your street first for blizzards.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, next is the consent agenda, we had bills to pay.
I'll move that we pay the bills, and I'm okay with the minutes, if you're okay with the minutes.
I'm okay with the minutes, so that's been motioned and seconded, so we'll vote on that. I say
Yeah.
yay, so, alright. Resolutions and ordinances.
I just put follow up on that meeting one, because I thought Austin was gonna talk to the attorney about getting it done, but since he's not here,
Yeah, we'll just
we'll
table
just
it.
table it, yeah,
I'll just make a motion that we table it.
thank you.
Alright, we'll table, follow-up
We need a
discussions.
second.
I'll second that motion and we'll follow up on a meeting ordinance, on the ordinance to, that was to decide if we were gonna have the meeting every other month or every
No,
month?
the work session got changed.
Oh, the work session
Yeah.
to Thursdays.
Yeah. And, well, all in favor, yes, yes.
So, yeah, we'll vote on that. We'll say aye, so
Aye.
we're gonna table that. Commissioners report. I need you to bring me a couple copies of that page of minutes about Railroad Avenue.
Okay,
I'd like 2 copies of it. We've been made aware that sometime in, I don't know the month, but in 2018, the Midland Company decided to state that they would take care of Railroad Avenue, where they use it and abuse it next to the post office. And basically, from what I read in the minutes that we uncovered, that was basically a statement that they would pay the taxes on it and maintain it. But it's very poorly maintained, if at all. So I'd like to address that with Midland Company. And like I say, as far as I can tell from what was recorded in the minutes, it was just a statement. I don't know if they have been paying the taxes on it, but I know that hasn't been maintained. So I would like to come to some sort of agreement or try and get some help from Midland Company to fix that road. I go to the post office on my way to La Crosse, and when I leave the post office, I turn around and I go the other way, so I don't have to drive on that road. Because it's just wrecked. And it's only this long, but it's still a pain to drive down it.
So do we need to, send them a copy of those minutes, and maybe so that they have that on hand?
That was my plan, and along with a letter that asks them kindly to
Right, yeah.
help us get that fixed.
Step one, yeah.
Yeah, they're using it. You know, a lot of towns get something from the traffic to their grain mills or their grain silos. They sell fuel or they sell lunch at a restaurant in their town or whatever, but we don't get anything from that traffic. They don't buy anything here, nothing. All they do is wear out the road.
Well, it's kind of twofold too, because we're grateful that we have the elevator.
We are grateful that we
So,
have
I mean,
them,
that
and
is-
I appreciate
But they
them.
do need to help, I think they do.
But I
need
think
to
they
help.
should pitch in and help a little bit.
Yeah.
Since they're the main user of the road and they're those trucks are the things that do the damage to it. So I just want to ask them kindly to pitch in, and we'll see where that goes.
That would be a Kevin Royer question.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd have to go to the main office,
yeah.
yeah.
And I've talked to,
Yeah, that's not a local.
I've talked to him and I don't know the guy, I can't remember the other guy. Is he in La Crosse?
No, that's Kirk Krashank.
Yeah, I've talked to both of them. And they actually asked me for a quote to fix that road. Think we can get a quote to fix that? I know Austin was talking to somebody
We've got
about,
one, we've got one for Beach and Maine, but I'm sure that he would do one for Railroad Avenue.
can we make a note to have him ask about that and get a quote for that? Kurt asked me for a quote on it. He said, you know, how much is it to fix it? Then we can figure out how much we can put into that, so.
Like fix it as in just see, like, on the,
As in, fix the holes in it or resurface it, one or the other.
okay.
So if we get
I think that they might have like given estimates for each of those, for all those things, like chip sealing and then,
Yeah, they did. They
yeah,
had a
patch the holes
breakdown.
and chip seal it, it would probably be the cheapest solution.
but the most temporary though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
But
it's
if
just
they did
something,
that-
if they would maintain it
If
though,
they
and
did
keep
that every
it
few
up,
years
that
or
would,
whatever,
you know,
yeah.
yes, like maybe every 2 years if they did that, then it wouldn't get so
Right,
bad.
it's bad right now.
yeah. The other thing was, I was gonna ask you how we're doing the water bills. If we come up with some fractions of $1 on our water bill, are you prorating the,
I'm not doing anything, I just put in the amount that, like the, whatever the meter reading is, and then the computer does it the rest.
what do we charge for water? It's
$22 the first
for the
thousand, and then $4.50 for each additional 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm wondering if we have a wrong button pushed in the computer program, because we're coming up with like 2 and 4 cents and 7 cents. Shouldn't it be an even number?
Well, not if you use
No.
like 500 gallons of 1,000,
Right.
that's gonna it's gonna,
It'll rate it out to the 10th.
yeah, it won't just charge you every 1,000 gallons, it'll charge you, unless, up to the first 1,000, I mean, it's always gonna charge $22, but then
Right.
after that, it's gonna like rate it to what you used, right?
Down to the gallon, or?
You know, it depends on how they've set it up, because I thought that it was actually set up to, I went 10 gallons over then I got prorated for another 1,000.
Really?
Yeah, I think it is, because when I did it with Twyla that time, remember when she was questioning her bill? That's what we came up with.
See, I thought that too, but that's not reflected on the bill.
When would that be, like, would it be
See,
since we
mine's never been in other than a quarter or 50 cents.
has that
or
been
something.
since we had red line, or since we had?
No, it was around the time that we got it, so I'm not sure if we was kicked over yet or not.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not,
not
I
sure.
can't answer that one 100%.
Would you look into that
Yeah.
and see if we're paying, if they're rounding it to the gallon
Rather than the 1,000.
Okay.
or the tenth of a gallon or hundredth of a
Yeah, 'cause
gallon?
I was thinking it just
Some of those
rounded up to
meters
the.
read in
Oh, yeah, we figured out something.
cubic.
The new meters
Liters.
that we put in, they don't read in gallons like the old ones do. They read how?
Cubic feet?
Yeah. That's why some of the readings have been really, really low on the new ones. It's like, I don't
Okay, then that
understand.
answers the question I had on those too, because.
Because I don't understand, because I mean, like yours, for instance.
Right.
You're using such a little amount, and I thought that was so strange.
Me too.
So-
Well, both houses.
Yeah. So I looked, I told Shane about it. I said, that's just, there's no way anybody could use that little amount of water.
So
And
does
so
the,
he looked into it, and that's it. We
Does-
just, I need to adjust that. We just found that out, last week?
Yeah, because I was questioning that, because see, I put a new meter in, that was back when I was
Mhm.
still doing it, because mine would not read, it was reading the same number every time. And so I changed it, but the other house I did too, because that was, the same thing
Uh-huh.
happened there, that it just happened to be old, and they're probably worn out. But then when these was in, and I have a question, I haven't really came and said anything, because I didn't really know how to ask it, because I didn't know what the difference was.
Yeah, I knew it was weird, because then, as we were putting in
Because I knew it
more
couldn't be
meters
right.
that are new, and the readings were just off. So that's the
So
problem.
we need to probably do something with the program itself.
Well, we can, each individual account, you can program it to what meter it runs on.
Yeah.
I just have to do it, but I just haven't figured,
Yeah,
we didn't figure that out until recently, so.
yeah. So, okay, that answers my question, because I've been really wondering on that, because I thought, this just doesn't seem possible, because I was watering the garden, I was kind
And
of
then filling
watering.
the pool and all that,
Yes,
yeah.
and I was like, this just,
Yeah, you gotta
It's just-
multiply it by 1.7.
okay,
That'll
so,
give you.
I mean, and hopefully that computer program will do that, and I won't have to do that manually. But if I do, I will. Because
Well,
it
yeah,
has to
but
be
you'll
weird.
have to know which meters are basically cubic.
Yeah, I
feet
think
and
I've
which
got
ones
that, and like every new meter that's been installed since I've been
aren't.
doing it.
Right, right, and that's all I would know too.
And that's about the same time though,
Yeah.
but,
Right, so.
and I can tell, yeah, because the usage is so low, there's
Well,
no way
yeah, I
that it
was
would be
just
so
like,
low.
well, this cannot be right, but I don't know really what to ask, because I've changed I mean, both meters have been changed, and I'm like, I really don't know where to go with this, so, yeah, that answers that.
That's the deal.
Okay, so you need to check and see if the program will change usage from cubic feet to gallons.
Yeah, or from gallons to cubic, either way, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you're changing the cubic feet on the meter to gallons of usage on the bill, right?
Right,
We charge
right.
by the gallon.
Yeah,
And then also, if you would, check and see how they round that. Is it rounded to the gallon or the tenth of a gallon
Okay.
that we charge each customer for?
because I think in the past, in the old one, we did, if you just went over the 1,000, it just went to the next 1,000 gallon.
Yeah.
Really?
I
Price,
think
yeah.
somebody told me that, but I
Yeah.
think now
But
we're
it
prorating it to
obviously-
some point.
Yeah.
Okay,
And if it was prorated to the nearest gallon, I think that'd be close enough. We don't have to go to tenths of a gallon or anything like that.
Right.
The other thing I'm wondering about as far as water meters goes, do you know if there's any grants or state aid for converting all the meters in town to telemetric meter?
I mean, I could look into it, I would like that, that would be nice.
Let's do, because I think it would save you guys some time. And so you could be doing other things, or you could be doing nothing, which would be great if you didn't have to do that.
Yeah, this would be a pain in the ass.
It's a pain, I'm
They
sure.
are, it's fun.
And then it also takes, another chance of human error out of the equation, so, it'll just be piped right into the program and.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I would be worried about is like Great Bend just did that, and they found so many water leaks since they did that, like,
Oh, that's
it
good.
caused, I think it caused like a lot of trouble like that, just messing with all of them. But, I mean, that would be the only thing I would say that would be, but we've
Well-
already got help, we've already got all that stuff.
I think it's old.
It still works, that's what the guys at Core Main told us. We just need to call them and have them come down here and update the software.
We don't have meters on every account.
No.
do we?
No,
no,
you'd
not-
you'd have to go through and.
The ones that do
put
have them, all we have to do is splice them back together, the
Yeah.
wires,
Yeah,
and
some of
then
them.
we still have 2 boxes of them.
Well, and they're still, on the old meters that have been taken off that's down there, they have those on the tops of them. I don't know, I've never really examined that, if you could take them off and put them onto it, which I think you could.
Yeah.
I mean, that would
I
make
just-
sense.
I got the business card for that Core Main guy that said that because like we took him, when we went to that water conference, we told him what we had, the situation we had, and he said that he thinks that they'll work.
Yeah. Well, if we have
Let's
them come and
consider,
check.
let's talk about this next meeting and consider hooking up whichever ones we can.
This, Shane's been like going, but whenever he's been checking meters, he's been splicing them back
Next
together.
time you read meters or you're messing around with that stuff, make a list of the ones that don't have telemetry on them. And
I marked
Well, we
all my
could-
papers, but I think somebody threw them away.
Me? I don't throw any of them away. They're all
It's
my
not
own.
you.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's in March.
Okay, the reason I bring it up is because it's one of the only ways that we make money as a city.
It is the only way.
Yeah.
Really.
And so if we
Well,
could,
it's residual.
if we do have leaks and we find them, that's money in our pocket. And then anytime we can save you guys where you're not reading meters, that's money in our pocket too, and it's time off for you guys, so. So I would motion that we carry this subject to the next meeting and talk about capitalizing in any way we can.
That is one thing I was gonna bring up, is that I think that we might if we can't get more people to switch over to the front desk, we're gonna have to raise rates because of postage, because it's gone up so significantly.
Okay, I'm not on front desk because they just haven't done it yet. And there's probably more people like me that just haven't done it yet.
And that's true, and I'll help anybody that
And
needs
so-
to do it if they wanna do it, just so we won't have to raise those because the postage is high.
Let's campaign on that and see if we can pass the word around town, and if people need help doing that, let's give them the help, or, you know, we can always say, hey, this person's on it, and call this person and say, hey, can you help so-and-so?
Well, yeah, then you have complete control over your water bill and all that, you know, your water account.
Right.
You can see everything, and it just would make us not have to spend so much on postage. I mean,
Yeah.
because if not, then something's gonna have to change, because
I'm sure there's a lot of people in the same boat as me. It's just, nobody likes change. And so I've been getting a paper bill. I've been doing my taxes the same way. I like that paper bill. But I can always go online and print the whole thing at the end of the year if I want to. So it's just a matter of being stubborn and not changing it
Right.
when we should. So let's push that too. And let's talk about that at the next meeting and for maybe the next 6 meetings so that we can get everybody on board with
Okay.
that.
yeah, I've written up another sheet like to add into the next water bill just to encourage it, because like I said, I got 3 rolls of stamps, it was $191.
Well, let's put that in your letter to put in the next water bill so people
Yeah.
understand why, how it saves us all money. Okay, so I would motion that we bring these things up the next meeting and move forward on these things that will capitalize on our water business as far as efficiency and economy goes. So, do
Is
I
there
have
a
a
second?
second?
Oh, I'll second that.
Okay, and we'll vote on it. I vote yea.
Yes.
So, motion's carried, vote is passed. So, okay. Mayor's report's the next item. Austin's not here. Oh, excuse me, Norma, I left you out of there. So, Commissioner's report, Norma McNair.
I don't have a whole lot, but I do need to have you guys work a little bit better together and on our mowing, since I'm kind of over you. And I thought of an idea. If this works for you, great, and if it don't, throw it in the trash. But maybe we need to hang a clipboard down at the machine shed, and you guys just sign it and say, I mowed this and this and this lot, such and such a day, and kind of the time. That kind of gives an idea. And that way you can pull it up. I know we can drive by and probably somewhat see, but they're not getting mowed. I've mowed this twice in between, and I've mowed the jail once, and it was waist high. So it's like, I don't get paid. You guys do.
You got paid $45.
I got like $45, yes I did. But, or if maybe the other suggestion, maybe suggestion 2, is assign half of the lots to one and half of the lots to the other, and then maybe the park just do together, because when Shane and I did it together, I think it took us right about an hour and a half, 2 hours when we did half and half. I don't care, but we need to come up with something that works.
Well, I'd have the sprayer on one mower and then have a flat tire on the other one. And I did save us quite a bit of money.
And I've had some family issues that I've been dealing with.
And I know that, and I understand that, and I do get that, but we still gotta mow, and it's still gotta get done regardless. So, it looked pretty bad. It was looking pretty shabby. And, so if you guys could just kind of come up with a plan that worked, I'll either take half and half, or I will sign in on a clipboard so you know what I've done and I know what you've done, because you guys work different times at I get that too. Sometimes Shane has the day off, so he gets to do day stuff, and you have the evening. So if you guys could just kind of come together with a better little plan on that, I think that would be very acceptable. I'm not mad. I'm just, you know, it's just one of those things that it really looks tacky when we come into town. I mean, we have enough tacky with people that don't or can't. But when we are the city and these are our city properties, I think we should keep them up a little better. So, but other than that, I don't really have any.
Do you have a list of properties that should be mowed?
Yeah, we have the fire station behind, we have the library, we have the jail, we have the machine shed, we have the water shed, we have the water tower, the city building, am I missing any?
The pool.
And the
Park.
pool, yeah,
Pool,
And-
park, who does the post office?
and the park.
Westwell, well, I've been doing it,
I was gonna say, actually in their contract, they're supposed to do it.
but if.
But if they don't, but
If
last
they
year,
don't.
she actually asked me, I mean, they hired me to, I did it personal, on a personal side. I didn't do it with the city stuff, I just did it on a personal side. But, you know, but those are the ones that we definitely have.
So the post office can't afford, after selling you those expensive stamps?
Yes,
to-
they can because they
They're-
hired me last year to do it.
They did?
Yes, yes, they paid me last year to do that.
We need to,
So
we need to
either-
complain to them that they can certainly hire somebody, they're
Right.
federal.
Yes, and they do.
And-
There are other post offices, I know they do. They hire people to do them, so we might need, and they was okay with paying the city if the city did it last year, but at that point in time, we just had some issues, so I just
Okay.
did it.
All right, next time anybody goes in there, I'll talk to her about it, but,
I think it's lacrosse you have to talk
Yeah,
to.
Shelley,
Yeah.
Shelley went to tell me next time too.
all right, let's talk to Shelley about getting that done, we have enough to do.
Yeah, because I think it truly is in their contract that whoever's the postmaster is supposed to be the one that mows that
Yeah,
property.
yeah, let's get that done.
So either, I would say they either need to, and I don't know who that will be now, but that's how it was set up, and I do know that's in their contract, so one way or the other. But other than that, that's the other city properties. So if you guys want to split them and just do it that way, I mean, that makes sense too. It doesn't really matter.
No, we got
Just-
the lift station in the West Well.
Yes, you have those, but I kind of consider them the water department. But they are under the city, you are right, they are city. But I always just looked at that as when I was doing water, it was just, I just did it.
Especially this time of year, you guys have enough mowing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, officers' reports, Nicole,
I don't have anything,
okay, Shane,
oh, well, except for the treasurer's reports up there. Yeah, but you didn't see that.
okay. That looks good, is that growing?
No, it's not, but it's not going down as fast as I was
It's pretty,
It's not grown, but we might have grown from last time because we did get the second half of the taxes, so that's probably why it was, yeah.
well, it's gonna be anything by this time of the year, we're gonna
Yeah.
start going down and then taxes come back around and then it'll go back up and then, yeah.
Yeah, I read a report on the budget, like where we are in the budget, and we're good on all of it.
Right.
Like, we've still got quite a bit left.
In
Yeah, we're doing
each of the
really
budget
good.
areas, yeah.
So I mean, I even went through each line item and then ran a report on that, and we're still good on that too.
Good. Shane, what do you got? What have you been up to?
And
Mowing.
getting hurt.
Mowing. Digging stuff out of your eye?
Did we get any spraying done on streets?
I've got a couple sprayed,
Okay.
but then every time I get a chance, it's been windy or about to rain.
Right.
But you're engaged in that?
Yeah.
There's, when I cleaned out my gutters, I pushed a pile down to the end of the block on each side of Dave's place. When you guys get a chance, will you scoop those up and remove them?
Yeah.
at some point, I might go all the way around Dave's place and just clean that up too. I took everything I got out of my gutters and I threw it in low spots in my yard.
Do you know what I've done wrong?
So it's great filter.
Yeah.
It's got some weeds in it, but you kill the weeds and it's all done. So you've been doing a lot of mowing. You got any plans to fill potholes?
That might be a fall project. that we
Yeah, I'm
could
thinking
do.
a fall project, but I want to get into frost.
If we do it in September and October, we should be okay.
Yeah, you guys thinking about that?
Haven't had much time yet. Trying to catch up on mowing.
Yeah.
I did save the city about $300 on a mower tire though. John Deere wanted $339 for
Oh,
Oh,
no.
one of
yeah.
those 5-inch tires.
Holy
Did
smokes.
you just
How'd
online?
you save the money? Where'd you?
Went to Tractor Supply and had them for $35.
Yep. I was gonna say, because I put new
I got
tires
these
on my
put it out
mower.
for free.
Yeah.
You put it on for free?
You can't tell me there's that much difference in a tire that you drive on the grass.
No, it's a name. You
Well,
find the name.
We
I'm sure they would have put it on for me, but I didn't do that.
appreciate that. All right, keep in mind that we're gonna want to fill potholes and stuff, and I'll come out and do what I can. Which probably isn't a whole
Well,
lot.
I think that we could hire the county, I think that's what they've done in the past, to do it, to help, like,
Well, they
I
said
don't know.
they taught, I think Austin had talked to him the last time he said, but they were so far behind.
oh, that's
that
right, that's right,
They didn't know when that would happen, so.
that's right.
If we could just do the,
We did
I guess the
if we did
big.
the major stuff.
Major things, you
Yeah.
know, I think we could.
Yeah, okay, let's continue to talk about that until the first frost or until the snow flies, and let's see what we can get done on that. All right, old business, hydrant painting follow-up.
I thought that Austin said that he was waiting for the league to get regulations on that, but I talked to him today and he said that they hadn't gotten back to him yet with all of them, so he said to table it until,
Okay, I move that we table the issue of hydrant painting follow-up. And a second?
Yeah, oh, I'll second it.
All right, the next issue.
wait, you got to vote?
Oh, excuse me, we'll vote on that. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, next issue is water tower inspection
What did we
follow-up.
come up with on that water tower situation that we had?
Somebody was supposed to call Viking and see, because I guess they are
I thought you were gonna.
in our contract, they're contracted to do an inspection every year, but we have to call them and make the, like, appointment.
What did we find out though with the stuff that was broke? That's,
Oh, the telemetry? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that just fixed itself.
did you pound on the thing like I did that?
I did.
Thank you, see, my plan worked.
I did,
I
yeah,
even threw
so,
in a cuss word or two.
Well, I just pounded on it.
You're saving us a lot of money. Shane.
yeah, so I don't know about that. I don't
Well, it
know.
helps if Don Younger doesn't answer the phone. Called him twice.
But yeah,
No,
so,
I've been gonna, in fact, I was gonna text you a couple times and see what we came up with on that, but, that's even better, that's even better. Well, that's what, that day that I went out and I went, that was right after I was doing it, and I went and I told Bill, I said, Bill, this is not changing, it's not doing anything. He goes, really, I've never had that problem, and I went back out and I thought, oh well, bam, bam, bam. Next time I went out, it was reading, so, whatever.
So, Shane, will you call and make the appointment to have the water tower inspected?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
probably gonna go out there with them when
Because
they show up
you'll know
anyway.
what they, with them,
Can you get in that number?
yeah.
yeah.
Because that's probably something we should also do while we have scalding hot weather.
Yeah. Where it's nice and toasty.
Okay, then the next issue would be the well house follow-up. What was wrong at the well house?
Everything.
Well, the west well
Chlorine kind
house,
of eats it up, doesn't it?
yeah, I mean, everything's just corroded. The west well house, that flange that comes up out of the cement, it's just seeping through it.
It is.
Because it's right below that chemical feed, and that chlorine just,
I know. And chlorine is so hard on stuff, but we have to do it.
but I was gonna have if I get the guys from Core Lane out here to look at the meters, I was gonna have them look at
Have them
that.
look at that and see if they have a plan, if they could give us an
There's
idea
a-
maybe.
There's a flange with bolts in it right there.
No, it's just,
Flanged right onto the.
The one that comes out of the well and then
Comes
goes
out of the
back in the
cement.
ground.
yeah,
Yeah.
So right below the chlorine injector.
yeah. Yeah, it comes right out of that
And
cement,
that one's the north well you're talking about?
west well,
And that's steel.
yeah. And see there again, there's another problem, because there's no valve right there. And
Yeah, you have to go shut it off at
that
that.
line has to be, we gotta keep it pressurized, or else you gotta disinfect it.
Is it leak? Where's it leaking exactly? Above
Out of
the
the-
elbow or
I
right down
mean,
by the
through
concrete?
Through the sludge itself, I mean,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's
we
just
we
flaking
probably ought to
off.
have, you know, and really, even if, you probably need to have them come and look at it. That wouldn't be about, and give us some idea of what maybe we could do.
I'll go look at it too, because we probably gotta get that fixed.
Yeah, we can't let that, we don't want it to explode.
Yeah, because that's
That would be a
what'll
bit-
happen.
That would be a really bad situation.
So there's no valve
You have to go, it's out
between the well
beside.
and that chlorine injector?
No.
Yeah, there's
Well, you have to
check valves
turn
and
the
gate
main,
valves, but,
but you
I
have to
mean,
turn
all
the
that
main
needs
off.
replaced.
It's outside.
Because I keep having to rod that chemical line out,
Yeah,
and that, you
that
can
one
feel
I
that
have to
corrosion
do
gets
on.
down into the T.
Yes, it does. and
Is
you
there a better system? Can we modernize that in any way, or is there better
I'm-
technology?
I've been looking into it.
But we still have.
Because if there is, we should probably do it at the same time we have it repaired, while we have it shut off and taken apart.
Definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna go look at that, and maybe I'll call you and see if you meet me down there, and we
Yeah.
both look it over, and smoke it over a little bit. You two maybe.
Yeah.
The more eyeballs we have on that, the more heads we have in the game, the better off we are, I think.
He does plumbing too.
And maybe you too, if you want to.
I always like it.
All right, so I'm gonna make a motion that, we continue to follow up on the situation at the well house, that we look into modernizing that injector system. And we also, get a bid to make any repairs that are necessary down there before it gets out of control. Can I get a second?
Once again.
Okay, and, we'll vote to continue to follow up on that at the next meeting, and in between, by going down there and inspecting that ourselves and getting everybody in on that. So, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So, motion carried. All votes on the same side, so, and you know who to call about that?
Yeah.
Okay, and you'll make sure he's got all the numbers and everything. Let's make those calls this week if we can. At least get a call into him. Okay, I have no new business at this time. There's no new business on the agenda. You guys have anything else you want to add in?
No, I
You?
didn't.
Okay, no public comment still?
You might see if Ron could post something on the sign for your water bill stuff.
Yep, that's a good idea. Let's hit them everywhere we can to encourage people to switch over to that. And I will do it this week,
Okay.
trying to set a good example. Okay, well, at this time, I'll vote that we adjourn. I'll move that we adjourn.
Second?
Second motion. And so we will,
See you for a work session in September. That's the next meeting.
September, you have a date?
I don't, I can't find one.
All right, no big deal. Okay, well, thank you all very much, appreciate it.
I need one more signature. I don't know how this one missed.
Robert, what kind of hours you working? You, they said you're working off, a little bit opposite of what Shane is? What's your schedule like?
Well, usually it's Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. And then there's some occasional Saturdays.
Okay.
Is that what we're all
I
going
think I
now?
have your phone number.
Not this one. You have my old one, I lost that phone.
Give me your new one, and I'll call you when we go down there to the well house and see if you're available.
Well, I had to go get my dog, but
Well, that's,
it got out.
I think I have that.
I can meet down there.
Not right now, we'll do it later this week. Is that what you're thinking?
Mysterious.
Shane,
Maybe,
with your check, you want me to take it home?
maybe Wednesday, Thursday, you want